Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Srinivas, your business coach and your mentor. It's a pleasure meeting you all for another day in another video. The topic of today's video is going to be in terms of sales. We are going to be discussing basic fundamentals of sales. We'll be talking about three most important fundamentals in terms of sales, which is going to be need, want, and demand. If you want to watch a lot of videos in these kinds of topics, please press on to the subscribe button, click the bell icon, and like, comment, and share. Apart from this, please leave a comment in terms of what are the types of videos that you want to watch in our channel. If it is possible for us, we will surely telecast that video. Okay, like I told you, the topic of today's video is going to be in terms of three fundamental concepts in terms of selling, which is called as need, want, and demand. During my stint as a trainer and during my business profile, a lot of people have asked me in terms of sales, how do I get better in terms of selling, what am I supposed to do and what am I not supposed to do. Ladies and gentlemen, the problem with many of the salespeople is that they don't concentrate in terms of fundamentals. They look at how becoming a better salesperson without understanding the key fundamentals in terms of selling. This is where a lot of people do mistakes, because if you want to get successful in selling, you need to understand the fundamentals in terms of selling, or leave it in terms of selling. If you want to be successful in terms of life, if you want to successful in terms of business, if you want to successful in any walk of life, you need to have the fundamentals right, ladies and gentlemen. So when we're talking about selling or sales, today we are going to be talking about three things: need, want, and demand. First thing, you need to understand this very clearly, and only if you understand this very clearly as a fundamental concept, you will be able to succeed as a salesperson. Okay, we have used these terms a lot of times. We speak a lot in terms of need, we speak a lot in terms of want, we speak a lot in terms of demand. But if I ask you what is need, want, and demand, not many people give me the right kind of an explanation. So what I'll try doing in this video is that I will crisply explain to you what are the three concepts with the example. I will not quote a bookish way of explanation. I'll give you a very easy way of understanding what need, want, and demand is all about. When we talk about need is the basic requirement for a human survival. That is called as need. If this product is not there, or if the service is not there, I will not be able to survive, or anything that I need to survive is called as need. For example, food, shelter, accommodation are the basically widely used examples given for need. Without food, you will not be able to survive. Without shelter, you will not be able to survive. So these are all the basic requirements for human survival. That is called as need. So can need be created? Many people in institutional sales, many people in sales come and tell us, or come and talk to me saying that I can create need for a product, I can create need for a product. Absolutely wrong. You cannot create need for a product. You need to understand this very clearly. Need is inherent. Like for example, hunger is a fundamental need. Can you create hunger? No, you can't. When you feel hungry, the body tells you that you're hungry. So it is inherent. You just feel it. It just comes out of you. And so need cannot be created, ladies and gentlemen. It is a misunderstood concept that need can be created. So as I told you, what is need? Need is basic requirements for human survival. Examples are food, shelter, and accommodation. So this is what this need is all about. Next, we'll talk about want. Wants are requirements that arises out of my own preferences when a need arises. In simple terms, let us say that if a need arises, the choices that I make to satisfy that need is called as want. Let us say, for example, I am thirsty. What is my need? Thirst is my need. Okay. So when I feel thirsty, how am I going to quench that thirst is called as the want. My choice can be water, My choice can be a cup of tea, a cup of coffee. My choice can be an alcoholic beverage. I can select anything that I want. That is called as want. That is why it is called as want. So in very simple term, what is a want? Want is nothing more than the choices that you make to satisfy that particular need. Okay, for example, let us say that wants are defined by your social and cultural upbringing. How? I'll explain this by an example. Let us say that the need of a person is food, or is the person is feeling hungry. The need is what? Hunger is the need. Now the person is going to make a choice of what he wants to eat. So he is selecting food. Let us say there is a vegetarian and a non-vegetarian. A non-vegetarian is going to select non-vegetarian food, that is his want. A vegetarian is going to select vegetarian food, that is his want. So, can want be created for a product or a service? Absolutely yes, want for a product or a service can be created. Need cannot be created. Hunger is already there. Your body tells you you're hungry, that's it. But want can be created. A want for a product can be created. Like for example, if you feel thirsty, the want for Pepsi or Coke can be created by the way of marketing and other mediums. Okay, so want can always be created, but need cannot be created. So you need to understand this fundamental very, very clearly. The third most important concept that we are going to talk about today is demand. Okay, now let us understand what is demand. Demand is the ability and the willingness of an individual to pay for the product or a service. This is called as demand. Let us say the need arises, the want for a product arises. If you have the ability, both two things, there are two things in ability. There are two things in demand. One is ability and two is willingness. You should have both the ability and the willingness to afford the product and buy the product. One is afford for the product, two is willingness to pay for the product. I will give you a classic example of this. Okay, let us say the example of the need again is thirst. I need my want is water. Okay, the first thing that I told you is my need is thirst. The second thing that I told you is I want water. Now the choices of the water are, let us say there are two kinds of water bottles that are available in the market. One is Evian and two is another classic normal water that is available in the market. Okay, now let us say that I want to buy Evian. Okay, or let us say I want to buy a product which is of premium quality. Now I need to have two things in me for the need to convert into the want, and for the want to convert into the demand. The demand aspect is divided into two things, that is your ability and the willingness. First thing, I should have the money in the pocket. I should have the money in the pocket to buy that product and the service. That means partially the demand is there. When will the demand be there fully? The demand will be there fully if I have the ability as well and the willingness as well to buy the product or the service. That means one, mentally I am willing. That should be there, because many a times what will happen is you will have the money in the pocket but you will not have the willingness to buy the product. So this is into two major categories. One is the ability and two is the willingness. So you should have both the ability and the willingness to buy the product or the service. That means you have the demand for the product or the service. If you just have one, let us say you just have the ability to buy the product, it doesn't mean that you have the demand for the product. Let us say you have only the willingness to buy the product, that again doesn't mean that you have the demand to buy the product. Demand is backed by the ability and the willingness to buy a product or a service. This is what I wanted to convey to you through this video. Please sign in to another video. If you want to watch a lot of videos like this, please click on to the subscribe button, like, comment and share. Apart from this, please leave a comment saying what is the kind of videos that you want to watch in our channel. If we are able to telecast that video, we will surely telecast that video. Thank you so much for signing into this video. It was a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Cheers.